Hello and welcome to Keepsales. Now in this video, we will be looking at a general overview of the whole Sumundi Keepsales interface. So we are going to go through every single feature on Keepsales so you are informed on what to do, where to go if you need a certain action done. So let's get to it. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to see what we have here. After you have signed in, the first thing that you notice is this interface. So over here, there are four main buttons that you have to take notice of. So we have the new transaction. The new transaction is where the selling takes place. Okay, so when you click on this, it means that you are about to transact sales. Now, all products is also where your inventory information are found. So when you click on all products, it takes you to your inventory. So what I'll do is I'll click on them once, and then you'll have a look at them. So when we click on new transaction, it brings us here where you are able to sell. Okay, so this is that for the new transaction. When you click on all products, now all products here, you are able to view all the products in your shop. Their names, their department, the quantities available, and every other thing that you can do over here. We have videos that teaches you what these features are, how to edit your products and all. Okay, then the next one is the account history. Let's go to the account history. In the account history, we get a collation of all our sales that we have done over a certain period of time. So since the day you began selling till now, you'll be able to ascertain all those records. You're able to filter them as well. So anytime you want to check for your sales, or you want to check for a particular sales that you've done for a certain period of time, okay, all the account history over here, the account history over here is the right place for you. Then we have the bulk SMS messaging feature. This is what allows you to be able to send bulk SMS to your customers directly from Keepsales. So when you click on it, it brings you to the bulk SMS management and setup page. Okay, then you follow the steps, to creating your own sender ID and all those things related to the bulk SMS feature. So that is that. So over here, this offers you the four most used buttons that you are mostly highly going to use a lot as compared to the other features. These are like the features that you might use the most. Okay, over here, when you look up here, you are able to see some features up there as well. Now this helps you to navigate to those features quicker. So over here we have the alerts. Under alert, you're able to see your low stock alerts and expiry. So any items which are low in stock or have expired, you're able to see them. Over here we have the scheduled deliveries alert. So if you're into delivery and you schedule your deliveries, you can view the alert here as well. And then you have the customer birthday alert. If you have the customer birthday information of your customers, over here you are able to see all the alerts when they pop up. When it's your customer's birthday, you go there, then you're able to see. Again, all products as we found here, it can also be found here. Then we have the restaurant mode. Now the restaurant mode, if you visit Sumundi Keepsales for the first time, you will not see restaurant mode automatically. You actually have to turn them on. There's a video on how to switch on restaurant mode, so don't be anxious when you visit Sumundi Keepsales and you don't find restaurant mode. All you have to do is you have to go and turn the restaurant mode on. Now once you turn the restaurant mode on, it appears here, and over here you are able to transact, have new orders. That's if a customer walks up to you, whether it's a it's an eat-in or a takeout. Okay, you're able to process those orders. You're able to check all the orders for the day. We have the kitchen display for your staff in the kitchen to know which orders they have to work on. Then we have the tables management. Okay, if it's an eat-in, okay, there's a way you process your restaurant orders for tables management. So that is that for restaurant mode. Then we have the new transaction, which we looked at over here. Is the same thing that we have here. Then we have records and history. Okay, records and history gives us all sales related records and reports. So the first option here we see is today's sales. Now today's sales will give you all the sales you made for the day. We have today's deliveries. If you're into deliveries, if you use the deliveries management feature, you're able to check the deliveries that you have for the day. Then account history is what we looked here. Okay, it collates all the sales you have accumulated over a long period, over a certain period of time. Then we have the deliveries history, which also collates all deliveries made for you over a certain period of time. Then we have reports and exports. So reports and exports is where you are able to have access to any kind of reports that is generated on there for you. You can check that out as well. Then anytime you want to log out, anytime you need help or support and feedback, okay, on any feature or any issue, you click on here and then you are able to be assisted. Then there's the logout button. You click on this to log you out. Now we go to, let me talk about this one before I go to the main menu. Now manage online store, we have the online store feature. So when you want to create your own online store, okay, you click on it and then it takes you to the online store management page where you are able to create your own online store. Great. Now main menu has all the features that we've talked about, including the ones that we have looked at here. So let's click on the main menu. Okay, so when we click on the main menu, you notice first and foremost that the name of your shop is displayed here. Now this is very important because if you have multiple branches, and you are using one account, you'll be switching between these shops. So you would have to take notice of which shop's interface you are working on. Good. Now then we have the demo admin. So whoever is logged into to Keepsales, you will notice your name is going to appear here. So if you ever log in and you see a different name other than yours, it is not your account. Then over here we have the home button. The home button obviously brings us here. Anytime you click on the main menu, then we have the switch store. If you have multiple branches on Keepsales, when you click on switch store, okay, you're able to have access to all your multiple branches over here. So you can be switching between the stores, okay, to view your account information. The next item is the stock. Okay, now under stock, when you click on stock, we have all products. Again, all products is what we had here, and all products is what we had on the nav bar. So when you click on all products, I've already explained what all products is. Now products, all branches, if you have multiple branches, all products, you are able to at a glance view all your products in all the branches at once. The difference between this one and that one is that all products only gives you the products for a particular shop, one particular branch. But then if you have multiple branches, you are able to view all the products you have and then all the the statistics involved with all the branches at once. Add new product is where you click on to add a new product. If you're adding to your inventory, this is where you go to. We have inventory snapshot. Inventory snapshot allows you to take stock of your inventory at a particular time. So let's say you want to know the number of items you have, let's say at this particular point in time. Inventory snapshot allows you to do that. Then we have stock taking. Stock taking is a feature that allows you to conduct easy stock taking activities in your shop, and then it helps generate a report for you. So if you are the type that organizes stock taking, or you are ever considering having stock taking sessions in your shop, this feature will help you. Then there's the purchases feature. The purchases feature allows you to enter in new inventory. It allows you to enter a new inventory and generate a report to that extent. So anytime you make purchases, anytime you buy new stock, you go to the purchases feature, and then you key in all those items that you bought, and then you're able to generate a report. You're able to generate, yes, a report for yourself, or for your manager or your boss. We have product exceptions. Product exceptions allows you to record items which are damaged, which have expired, take out anything that has to do with removing an item from your shelf that isn't a sale, you are able to record those here. So let's say for instance your product got damaged by a customer. Okay, you don't have to sell it as if you sold it to the customer. You can just use the product exceptions and then it will deduct it from your inventory for you. Then we have the product heaps. Product heaps are for shops that deal with they are for shops that deal with items which cannot be counted. So for it, that are usually weighed. Okay, they are not really they are not really granular. Yeah, that's the word. They are not really granular. So for instance, if you're a restaurant and you want to be able to take note of the amount of rice that you use in the preparation of your food, or the amount of, let's say, flour, the amount of flour that you use, to bake your bread. Okay, you cannot count flour. So product heaps allows you to be able to take stock of these kinds of products. Okay, so then the next is the stock transfer. Stock transfers allows you to move stock from one branch to the other. It can be a warehouse, it can be just an ordinary shop, but then you're able to move it from one branch to the other and then generate a report to that effect. Then we have speedy management. Speedy management allows you to make quick changes to your product quantity, your batch numbers, your product names, and then your expiry date quickly and for a bulk number of items. So usually, instead of being able to edit your products one by one when you detect maybe an issue, speedy management allows you to do all these changes in bulk. Then we have product department. This helps you to create departments for your shop. So that is all for stock. The features under stock. Let's go to the online store. So like I explained over here, when I clicked on the manage online store, this is where you do your setup. Okay, so when you click on the online store, if you don't have an online store you want to set up, okay, you go to the setup and settings area. Once you have your online store, you have the orders and delivery management. Okay, this is where you are able to process all your deliveries. Okay, and then your orders, you are able to view, okay, all the orders, okay, and the delivery that are coming in. Then we have today's deliveries and orders, which is specific for just today's deliveries and orders. Then we have the delivery calendar. Delivery calendar allows you to view all orders which are scattered along among the days. It's easy to view them in the calendar so that you don't miss on any particular order. Then we have the online store product categories. This is where you are able to organize your online website, okay, according to their different categories. Okay, so this is that for the online store. Then we come to the suppliers management. Okay, if you want to keep records of your suppliers, this is where you come to. So you're able to add new supplier. Okay, you provide all the relevant details which are provided for you. Then when you've added them, anytime you want to view the records of your suppliers, this is where you come to. So you click on that and then it takes you to the records of your suppliers that you have. Good. Then the next one is transactions and sales. When you click on transactions and sales, okay, you're able to see new transaction which we have dealt here. Okay, so transactions and sales has to do with anything relating to selling. So new transaction, we've talked about it. Today's sales, we looked at it under records and history on the navbar. If you remember, when you come here, there's today's sales. So when you go back here, there's today's sales as well. There's account history, which we have seen here, which we also saw under records and history. Then we have account summary. Account summary also works a bit like account history, but over there you are able to summarize accounts for yourself. If you need a certain account details for a certain period of time, you are able to access that. Then we have the history of returns. Now the history of returns allows you to view all sales which were returned. If you happen to sell any item to a customer and then they returned the item and you had to give them their money back, history of returns is where you are able to view all the monies that were given back to your customer. That is if you have that policy of refunding back to your customer. So you record all refundables here. Then we have the invoices and quotes. If you want to generate a quote or an invoice, this is where you come to. there are easy steps to generating an invoice or a quote. Then we have the discount and promos. If you want to give discount, if you want to set discount and promos for your item, let's say maybe during the Black Friday, the Black Friday month, during the Christmas season, whatever. If you want to be setting discounts and promos, this is where you come to. Okay, so we are done with transactions and sale. We move on to Momo and card payments. So over here, this is where if you haven't enabled payments, you are able to receive mobile money and card payments directly on your account. This is where you set up. So when you go to the payment settings, you set up your Momo and card account. Now once you've set that up, now you can be transacting. Customers can be buying, can be paying to you using mobile money, and then payment history gives you all the payment transactions that goes on with your shop or via Keepsales. So if you use Keepsales to process your mobile money and card payments, you can access all those records under payment history. The next is deliveries. Now, if you're a shop that is actively into deliveries, you'll really be happy with this feature because it helps you to view your orders and deliveries for the day. Mind you, deliveries are processed under new transaction. New transaction is where the selling takes place. So you schedule your deliveries there. Once you scheduled your deliveries there, when you come here, you're able to view your orders and deliveries for the day. You are able to view your delivery calendar as well, like I explained under the online store. It works the same thing here. You're able to view all the deliveries that you have scattered among the days. Then you have the deliveries history for every delivery that is done, whether it was cancelled, whether it was successful. You are able to view all the delivery status from here. All right, so that is all for deliveries. Sorry, the next is expenses management. When you click on expenses management, over here you record your expenses. One thing I have to say is, again, just like the restaurant mode, which I spoke about earlier, the expenses management, when you sign in to Keepsales for the first time, you will not see it among the options here. So when you want to be able to record expenses, you go to the user settings. You go to user settings, and then like I said, restaurant mode is here. You are able to toggle it on, okay, by clicking on either yes or no. And then the expenses management is here as well. You're able to toggle it on by clicking on either yes or no. So once you toggle them on, then they will appear over there. Okay, so expenses management will appear when you've toggled it on. Then when you click on expenses history, you are able to go ahead to record your expenses. Bulk SMS messaging feature I already explained over here. It's the same thing that we find, on our home screen. So over here, you go to the SMS top up and settings. If you want to top up your SMS or you want to create your own bulk SMS platform, you have to create it first. It's not automatic that you begin to use it on the go. You have to create an SMS account for yourself, and then you have to top up with some airtime. You're able to do that here. You're able to send messages to customers, any kind of messenger you want to send to your customers, and then you're able to view the messages history. So over here, you're able to view whether the messages were successfully sent or not, and you're able to have records of all the messages that you've sent as well. The next is customers and loyalty. Customers and loyalty has to do with everything relating to your customer. So you are able to view the customers that you have. You're able to add new customers to your database. You're able to send SMS to your customers, so you can send the messages to them individually or in bulk. Then you are able to create customer groups. Now, customer groups makes it easier for you to be sending messages. For instance, if you want to group November, people who are let's say your most loyal customers in one group, you are able to do that so that you're able to send targeted messages to them. Or if you want to create a customer group for, let's say, customers who have not been really coming to your shop a lot, you can put them in a separate group and be targeting SMS messages at them. You're able to do that with customer groups. Now, upcoming birthdays, this is where you go to view any birthdays which may be pending. Remember, under alerts over here, we had customer birthday alerts. So when you come here, you're able to go view any upcoming birthdays, any birthdays which may be pending. And we have customers in debt. Now, Keep Sales allows you to sell on credit. When you go to, again, when you go to the new transaction is where the selling takes place. Okay, when you've processed the transaction, you're able to sell to a customer on credit. Now, over here, you're able to view all the customers in debt, and then you are able to accordingly update their debt profile on Keep Sales. So this is all for customers and loyalty. We move on to the next feature, which is intelligence. Now, intelligence, let's click on intelligence. When we click on intelligence, one, you are able to view your store performance. So Keep Sales monitors your activities on a day-to-day basis, and then it generates a performance analytics for you. So when you go to store performance, you are able to see how well your store is doing and how well your products are doing as well. Then we have reports and exports. Remember, reports and exports, we could also find it under reports and history. So under reports and exports, you are able to, like I explained earlier, you're able to have access to reports, okay, that have been made available to you, and you're able to export them. So that's what report and export means. So by exporting, you're able to, download it. You're able to download these reports. Can be an Excel or a PDF. Then we have activity trail. Activity trail is a very amazing feature which allows you to keep track of all updates, all stock updates. What I mean by stock updates is that anytime you add stock, or you update the quantity of your products, or you add fresh stock, this is where you are able to keep track of all those additions, so that if there come a time where there are discrepancies, okay, in your inventory, and it's as a result of the fact that when you were entering a product quantity, instead of, let's say, entering 10, you entered, let's say, 11. Activity trail allows you to be able to do that. The next feature is the user settings. Now, user settings, when you click on it, this is where you are able to have access to all the user settings features that are available for you. So you can check them all out. Under user settings, you are able to create a new account for yourself. You're able to create a new account for yourself. So let me switch account for us. So yes, under user settings, like I was saying, you are able to create a new account for yourself. You are able to update your business profile. You are able to create multiple branches for yourself. You are able to change the currency. You are able to update your printer settings. You are able to make purchases for our desktop app. If you want to use our desktop app, you are able to do that at our user settings page, under billing and subscription management. You are able to view your VAT and TIN number settings. You are able to use decimal quantities mode. Decimal quantities mode allows you to sell on Keep Sales using decimals. So if you are the company that usually sells in decimals, okay, like let's say you maybe 12.5 kilogram of an item is worth this particular amount. Decimal quantities mode helps with that, so that you are able to accurately calculate the number of sales you made on decimal item. Then we have restaurant mode, compact records mode, and then developer settings mode. If you want to integrate Keep Sales to your already existing website, we are able to help you with that. Then we have our help, support, and feedback. Our help, support, and feedback, like I said, if you need any kind of help with using Keep Sales, so then there's a self-service resource where you're able to access products manual, and then you're able to watch video tutorials, okay, to train yourself on how to use Keep Sales. You are also able to request a contact. So if you have any issues, you can fill these yourself. Then we talk about our support live chat. Over here to the bottom right, when you click on this and then you want to chat, if you need any help as far as using Keep Sales is concerned, you can text any support staff over here, and you will receive instant replies to your messages. So this is all for help, support, and feedback. And then we have the sign out, which is the last and final feature. If you want to sign out of Keepsales, this is where you go to sign out. So I'll talk about one very last thing. And then we are done. So we have over here what we call the business health score. So Keepsales is able to monitor your activity on Keepsales. And what we mean by health score is we have certain parameters outlined for you. If you're able to be achieving these parameters consistently, you will always have a very good business health score. What that also means for your business is that then your business is also very active in itself. So we see that this particular business is 19%, which means that there hasn't been a lot of activities in the shop. So let me switch store. Okay, so we realize that this particular branch of ours is recording 75%, meaning our shop is always active, and then it means that our business is actually looking pretty good. Okay, so then this breaks everything down for you. It breaks everything down for you, and then it records consistently for you so that you're always up to date on how well your business is doing. So this is all for this is all for the Keepsales user interface. This is a general overview of the entire Keepsales user interface. So anytime you visit Keepsales for the first time, you be sure that you're not going to be lost or going to be confused. This video is going to give you just tidbits of what everything is. We have other tutorials that explains into details every single feature and every single problem or need that you might need Keepsales to be able to do for you. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. There are more of these amazing videos available for you, so do well to check them all out. I'll see you again in our next video. Have a wonderful time, and bye bye.